Hello everybody, Scotty the Trainer here, and this is Scotty the Trainer Tuesdays. You know, life and where you are and where we want to be is all about the matter of how you see it. The need for perspective is a powerful tool. The definition of perspective is the way a person views or the thoughts that a person has about a certain situation in front of them. It's their perspective. It's how they see things. Everybody sees something just a little differently. Some people see the color yellow and they call it yellow for sure. Others have to be more definite. Well, it's more like a mustard yellow, or well, it's a high yellow. Everybody has some type of perspective. Now, perspective can be both beneficial, it can be a blessing, and also it can be a curse. But the right perspective, given in the right situation, can cause you to change your mindset, your outlook, and even the steps that you're going to take into the future. A story was told about a little boy. The little boy ran in, told his father, he said, Dad, please, come outside, watch what I'm doing. So the father got up and he walked outside and he watched. So the little boy picked up a baseball bat in one hand and a baseball with the other. And the little boy threw the ball up in the air and he swung and he missed. And he said, "Oh, strike one." So he picked the ball up again and he threw it up in the air and he swung and missed. He said, "Oh, strike two." The little boy grabbed the ball and threw the ball up with all of his might. He swung as hard as he could and he said, "Oh, strike three. I struck out," with a big smile on his face. His father looked at him and said, "Son, why are you smiling? You just struck out. You are a terrible batter." The little boy said with a big smile on his face, "Yeah, Dad, but I'm a great pitcher." How you view perspective, how you view a situation, can turn a situation that ordinarily you would be crying about and sad about, put a smile on your face. I know people who've lost jobs. Some of them, when they walked away from that job, were wringing their hands going, "Oh, what will I do? Oh my God, what will I do?" Others walked away from that job going, "Man, it's about time I did something else anyway." The difference is in perspective, how you see something. You know, Wayne Dyer said this. He said, when you change the way you look at something, the thing that you are looking at changes. Let me say that one more time. When you change the way you are looking at something, the thing you are looking at changes. In other words, you see it differently, then differently it is. There's three things that I want to give you in regards to situations. And as we come to a close of this year, sometimes people feel like, well, this is a time to look back at all we've lost. Maybe this is a time to start setting yourself up, because all of your setbacks can actually be a setup for what's going to be a comeback in a brand new year. So let's talk about three things in regards to a powerful perspective. Number one, when looking at a circumstance, one, don't see it worse than it actually is. Don't see it worse than it actually is. I know people that as soon as they see the smallest little thing, oh my God, the sky is falling. The world's on fire. The earth is stopping spinning. It's all over with. Oh, nothing's going to be good that happens. That's people that run to the dark side of the room. What we don't want to do is see things worse than they really are. Sometimes people can have a little situation or a little misunderstanding. Some people blow it tremendously out of proportion, because their goal is to run straight to the dark side of the room. They see things worse than they really are. Don't do that. When you're reviewing a situation in your life or looking at a circumstance in your life, don't see it worse than it is. Because oftentimes, situations are not as bad as we think they are. Dr. Mike Murdock said, nothing, and I mean nothing, 70 plus years of public speaking and motivational speaking and working with churches, 70 plus years. He said, nothing is as bad as you originally think that it is. And he had seen a lot of stuff. So don't see things worse than they really are. Number 2, don't see things better than what they are. Sometimes you can have a serious situation and people say, it's not that bad. All of us know that if you have a little spot on your face or something like that, and it starts to grow or it gets darker, you don't say, well, I'll leave it alone. Maybe everything will be okay. No, because it could be melanoma. It could be some type of skin cancer. It could be a situation where your body is breaking out on your face, but there might be something going on internally. So you don't want to just let things go. So you don't want to see them worse than they are. But then the other thing is, you don't want to see things and just let them go and say, well, just whoever knows, maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't work out. One of the things that I believe is one of the most erroneous statements that could be made is when people say, well, if it's going to be, it's going to be. If there's ever a pet peeve statement of mine, that's it. If it's going to be, it's going to be. That's ridiculous. Then why don't you just lay in the bed in the morning when the clock goes off and say, well, if I'm going to make money, it's going to be whether I lay in this bed or not. No, you have to get up. You got to get dressed. You got to go to work. It's going to be, it's going to be. No, if it's going to be, it's going to be because you got up and you went and did the work. So don't see things worse than they are. Don't make things worse than they are. And the third thing is, try to see them for what they really are. Something that you either deal with or let go. Problems in life are either solved or managed. That's it. They're either solved or they're managed. The issue is how you see it. Maybe there's some things that you could solve, but you're trying to manage them. Maybe there's some things that you're managing you could solve. Your perspective could make the difference. If you had no transportation, you would have to try to go get a car. Well, the moment you got a car, your situation with no transportation has been solved. But the payment booklet has to be paid every month. That means it's being managed. Powerful perspective. You have it. You own it. Look around. Change what you're looking at. And the thing you're looking at will change. I'm Scotty the Trainer. That's how I see it.